Just as who I thought I knew. You act different when you pop too. I hope these words get through to you. I hope these words get
through to you. YouTube. What's good, everybody? Effects DFK here. Today I'm back with another video, and today we got legendaries versus mythics. What's better for your wallet? Market analytic, like strategy guide, analyzing the market. There's a bunch of things I'm going to try to fit into this video. I'm going to try to keep it under 20 minutes. I am going to keep it under 20 minutes. I'll cut it short if I have to. Videos, I don't want to do long form. I'll do streams long form, and I want to keep informative videos probably under 20 minutes. But yeah, basically, I want to go over how to look at the market, how to analyze the market, how to realize what is good for your budget. Are mythics good for your budget? Are legendaries good for your budget? And I want to talk to you guys about actually what it takes when you are buying a mythic hero. And don't get confused, right? When you're buying a mythic hero, you're not just investing in the hero. When you're spending the premium on that hero higher than any other hero in the game, you also have to invest into the proper crystals as well. So take that into account, because if you are, there's no point in buying a mythic hero if you are not going to level it properly with the proper crystals, because otherwise your mythic hero will end up just being a rare hero in terms of stat growth. And people, I know people pay the premium for the mythic and stuff like that in the rarity, but the rarity only gives you, but the rarity gives you the stat boost at level 5, 10, 15, 20, and then all the way up to 100. If your level ups are crap all the way up to level 5 and up to level 10, you can have a crappy legendary or mythic hero that's the same as a common, uncommon, or rare. So what I'm trying to basically say to you guys is, whenever you're going out and you're buying a mythic hero, don't level it badly. Don't not use the crystals, not use the, like, look for ones that are stoned. Don't not use the crystals. You need a greater atonement crystal if you can. You need to use your lesser crystals, because it's mythic heroes are an investment. Now, the reason why I'll tell you guys this, right? And the reason why I'm going to go over a couple examples of mythic heroes and legendary heroes, and why it's probably better for the average wallet to go after legendaries and not mythics, is because this, and this is not financial advice, and I'm not trying to sway the market in a certain way. I just want to let you guys know, for the average wallet size, you might not be able to compete. Like, yes, mythic heroes are in theory, remember, everything is theory and execution, not just theory. In theory, mythic heroes are the best on the list. If you go to here, this is a stat growth calc that nobody really uses anymore in DFK, but it was big in the beginning of the game. Back when we had a lot of whales and a lot of people forming DAOs and groups and PvP groups like theory crafting, people throw this through this around a lot. People don't really throw it around a lot. But if you look at this, my thing is, take out level 100 out of the equation. Like, use it as a baseline, but take it out of the equation, because I don't feel like we're going to hit level 100 anytime soon, if ever. So yeah, maybe I'm fudding when I say that, but I don't think that's the equation. I think level 50 is reasonable, and so think of it like that. Obviously, you can use level 100 as a baseline for how to gauge your hero stats and stuff like that, but I don't think we're gonna hit level 100. So boom, when we look at this stuff, right, and we think, okay, at level 10, at level 100, a mythic is 668 stats as a basic hero mythic, and a legendary is 604 stats on average, not counting stone, the extra 4 from stone, not counting the extra from tiers, not counting crystals when you level them up, just off of straight stats. It will have 64. A legendary is going to have 64 less stats than a basic mythic, right? Not counting you getting lucky, not counting anything, like disregarding luck, disregarding crystals and everything, right? Look at the price difference for 64 stats. For 64 stats, which is about a 10% difference, right? A 10% difference, you are paying 3 times, almost 4 times as much. You're paying 4 times as much for a 10% higher boost in stat, right? If you look at this chart, right? And I'm not fudding mythics or anything, right? But I'm just saying, think, right? If your wallet, there's some people that can expend, they have super expendable money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they have good jobs, IRL. Maybe they have expendable money like that doesn't go towards bills, whatever their financial situation is. I'm not going to get into all that, but that they can buy whatever mythics they want. They can buy the advanced mythics. They can buy the elite mythics. They can buy all of that. But if you are a person that you are an average wallet size person, you can find versions of legendaries of the same card. And pretty much if you invest a little bit of crystals into it, you can probably be almost as good as a mythic, if not as good. And then the way PvP is, with the skill trees being so complex, the way the game is right now, let me check if I'm recording. Okay, still recording. The way the game is right now, the complexities of the game, a lot of the formulas are multiplicative. With formulas that are multiplicative, if I'm level 50 and you're level 50 and you have a legendary and I have a mythic, and your legendary is only 50 stats overall less than mine, but your 50 stats are better in a certain area that are in the stats formulas are multiplicative, you probably have a better chance of beating the mythic regardless. That's why I think people are overestimating certain rarity without thinking of growth score in mind, growth, like stat growth in mind. Like stat growth is the biggest thing. It's not about just having the mythic, because you can have a terribly leveled mythic. There's people that have mythics that don't level them well. We can go and check examples of these, and let's say level 8. Let's go to level 8s, right? Let's go to level 8 that's for sale. And then level 10s. I'm trying to see, just off of this, I can tell, let me see, what level is this? This is level 8. I can tell this thief is not leveled that great. It's way too balanced. Only one stat in the 26, no stat in the 30s. I can tell this thief is not leveled that well at level 8, 9741. Let me go to another. I have an example too of about 9741. I would say this is probably like a 7.6 average. 5.9 RNG only average, and average stat is 8.4. So 8.4 including the mythic bonus at level 5. That's not the greatest. Like I said in my last level up video, I said 8 is what you want to shoot for. And I'm talking about that for just all heroes, rares, commons, uncommons. I want average stat growth to be 8. My legendaries and mythics, I want it to be higher, obviously. But if you can get 8 stat growth, when you go back to this chart, you're going to be an average way better than what this chart is supposed to project you at naturally based off your stat growth. So you look at this mythic, that's why people are selling this. I don't mean to like go into this guy, you know what I'm saying, and put him out there, but there's a lot of these cards that are they're high leveled and they don't have good stat growth. And yes, you can turn it around, but it's easier to sell this for 1500. It's probably not going to sell for 15. Maybe it will, because it's 8 out of 10 summons and people value summons a lot. I don't personally value summons a lot, but I understand why people value the summons, right? But it's easier to make a new mythic or buy a new mythic from level 1 and put love into it and make it so it's a beast at level 8, way better than this card. And I'm not going to say way better like that, because obviously combo loops and how the skill trees will work and how well you play into a part, how well you plays into a part. But we can even look at other stuff. Let's look at a monk. I can tell this guy is probably around the same stat growth. Just looking at the back of the card, similar balance, very low. I can tell this guy is not that. I'm not meaning to judge cards. I just want to show you guys examples so you guys are knowing what to look at when you're taking a look at the card. Like I've done this for a bunch of cards. I have a bunch of cards that are terribly leveled. I have a bunch of cards that are good, that are leveled well. And this is 7.4 stat per level and 4.9 RNG only stat per level. This disregards mythic bonus, disregards stones and everything. So at level, what level is this? This is a level 8 monk with a 7 stat growth per level, and it's a mythic. So when people just have mythics and they think they're gonna win because it's a mythic, no, that's not really the case typically. And what I would suggest you guys do is make sure you're thinking about this, and even purchasing, when you're purchasing, you're taking a look at this, because if you had a level 8, all right, so we went to level 8 mythic. The level 8 mythic floor is 1500. Level 8 legendary floor is 268. Whose is this? 268. Let's look at the stat growth. 132,611. Okay, 132,611. And let's take a look at the stat growth here. 7.6. This stat growth on this warrior legendary is the same as the monk, right? And it is about what, 1500 crystal cheaper? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, this monk is gonna have a plus 10 at level 10, right? But that warrior is gonna have plus 7 at level 10. They're probably gonna be around the same at level 20, which is where the majority of the game is gonna be played, or at level 30, where I think the majority of the game is gonna be played at level 15 to 30. So this is, why would I pay, and this is only to me, this is me only. Why would I pay? I would just go buy this card, right? If I wanted to spend money on rarity, especially because it's drastically different from the next floor, 80 crystal. I would just buy this warrior pirate, and even though it's not that good stat growth, I would actually, if I was buying it, I would look at a better one and actually take a deep dive and look at it. But if I wanted to buy the floor of something, I would buy this one and then look. All right, now let me be a little bit fair and objective. Let's look at the floor, because the floor of level 8 is this one right here. This guy, I can tell, has some good level ups, because agility shouldn't even be 19 on a monk, because that's very high. So this guy probably has like a 9, 13640. Let's look at this. I'm going to be objective here, because that's the exact floor, 13640. 13640. That's probably like a 9.29 ish. Oh, well, perfect. 9.0. I can tell. RNG only is 6.4, but 9.0. The reason why I could tell, because he has 3 stats in level 20, right? No, 2 stats in level 20, and the agility was 19. And then the luck, and if an agility is at 19, that means it's as a monk, I mean as a knight. The monk subclass helps, but a knight really shouldn't have that high agility, so that means it leveled up well. So that's pretty good. A 9 is pretty good on the floor, but even the difference, right? It is better than the warrior, but it's only better by about 1.4 in average stat growth. Now, so are legendaries undervalued? Probably, maybe. It depends what you value, right? My thing is, I really think these are undervalued right here. So I'm going to show you it. All right, so on this chart, if we go back to this chart, the stat growth calculator chart, right? We see that at level 100, a mythic, remember I said use level 100 as a baseline. A mythic basic hero is 668. An advanced legendary hero is 658, which is very close to the same. And a elite rare is 651. So what I would do is I go back to, let's go back to level 1, level 0, right? And then we're going to go back to mythic. We're going to look at the mythic floor. It's 677, and you're getting 668 stats, right? I would go and look at an advanced legendary. People don't really throw around this chart either anymore, so hope you guys appreciate this for me bringing this back. This is what I used to do, and I used to find deals when I first came back into the game heavy. This is how I found a lot of deals. So rare elite, which is dragoons and sages and spell bows, and then legendary advanced. So I'll go look at a legendary advanced floor. So legendary advanced floor, if it's less than 667, it's a buy. In my opinion, I don't want to influence the market anyway, but 350, almost 2 times cheaper for a legendary advanced. Look, hold on. Almost 2 times cheaper, and you're only getting less than 10 stats. And this is including rarity and everything. This is expected growth per level, including rarity. So it's like people are not really valuing a lot of the things that they should be valuing. And when you really kind of understand that, you kind of can understand the game, because somebody, like the other day, there was like a level 7 paladin on the floor of this, and it was like 399 crystal. And I was like, holy, level 7 paladin, you're getting all those levels, and it wasn't leveled that bad. I think it was like an 8 stat growth per level. And you can see some of these are really good buys, right? Honestly, up until the point where they hit mythic prices, which is 60, 67. Paladin Dark Knight, level 7. So that means you're adding the subclass stat growth. This is going to be better stat growth than a mythic, and it's the same price as the floor mythic thief, right? Now, I can see why mythics. The reason also, let me preface this because this is very huge to say. This is why also streaming is kind of better, because then you can hear rebuttals and you might forget something. Let me mention this. The reason why mythics are valued too. Let me add this. I forgot about this. This is a very huge. The reason why mythics are valued as well is because mythics are what you use for dark summoning to increase the rarity floor. That is a big bonus that I understand. And now that I said that, I forgot that. And that is also why mythics have a premium, because you can throw a rare with a mythic basic and you can add a lot of rarity to you can turn the rarity into a legendary automatically. So that is a big difference. I also forgot that. I did forget that. But I'm talking about strictly if you're trying to go buy, like if you're just trying to buy a good hero and you're trying to be like, yo, how can I get the most stat growth? 658 advanced. Now let's go look at elite rares, rare elites. So let's go look at elites, rares. Spell bow, boom, and let's go look at rares. No. Why is there a ninja there? Okay, there we go. So these are 440. These are a little bit more expensive than the advanced. So the advanced are actually the best in terms of stat growth, bang for your buck, right? And then the rares are a little bit more expensive. These are a little bit more expensive because people dark summon these a lot to try to get the rarity floor Dread Knight, which is the rare Dread Knight, which is very profitable, high premium on it because you can throw it with a mythic and try to get a legendary Dread Knight. So these kind of hold their value because of that, right? But I think probably the legendary, I would say the legendary advanced floor is a little bit undervalued. Maybe it should be around 440, 450. Maybe it should be around the same floor as this. Maybe in my head, I think that. But if you're coming to buy a hero, it's not about what I think is undervalued. It's what the market thinks. One thing you have to understand, it's not what goes up, what goes down, what's valued, what's not. Okay, I could feel like Gen Zeros are the best thing on the market. If Gen Zeros crash tomorrow because floor hero ROI is 4 months and people realize ROI for Gen Zeros is about 1.5 years, it's not what I think. I could go tell people, like when people say, oh, what should I do? I want to buy a Gen Zero and sell my whole wallet. It's like, well, you're gonna ROI in about 1.5 years for the Gen Zero. The Gen Zero bull case is not really the ROI. The Gen Zero bull case is Gen Zeros going up over time. But if you wanted to just strictly sell that Gen Zero and buy floor heroes and have yourself a guaranteed weekly income, daily income, source of income, I would recommend that to more people. But that's what's my time? 17 minutes. But that's kind of what I kind of want to show you guys. And I'm gonna show you guys a couple examples of like my hero. So in the thumbnail, I posted this, which is my summoner legendary 127661, which is this guy right here. My summoner right here, 127661, right? 35 intelligence at level 35, and if you go to 35 intelligence at level 5. So if you go to the hero catalog, right, and you go to level 5 and you go to intelligence stats, intelligence, 35 intelligence at level 5. There's only 2 heroes in the game with 35 intelligence at level 5, and it kind of shows my point about this. Obviously the mythic is going to be better. This mythic also has elite. It's 3 wolves. This mythic has speed and heal, so it's a sage, so it's probably gonna have a better tree. Last stand and intimidation, really good backline. Intimidation is good for the backline. Last stand to keep you extra. So, but I'm talking about in terms of what is good for your wallet. Me personally, I sell the majority of like elite mythics I get. I sell like the advanced mythics I get, and I do keep some basic mythics, but if it's 10 out of 10, I sell it. If it's like 9 out of 9, those have premium too, I sell those. And the reason why is because I'll show you guys after this, but what I want to get into is when you look at these stats, right? These stats are both really good. you'll look at this and you'll be like, wow, I have the same exact intelligence. He's gonna beat me on agility and wisdom and stuff like that, but I have pretty good decks, you know what I'm saying? My card is leveled up pretty good, higher endurance, higher luck by small, but his card, you can see on the 3 major stats, way better growth than mine, right? Right. So we're gonna take a look and we're gonna see, like, okay, how much does this card actually beat me, right? So the total stat points of his card is 137, right? So 137 and mine is 129. So his card is better than mine at level 5. That should be obvious, right? It's a sage, it's mythic, I'm only legendary, and I'm an advanced. But when you look at how our averages per level, I have pretty good averages per level, 12 to 11.8, right? So that means I've been leveling really well. I mean, he's a mythic, so they have better growth when they come out the pit, the summon pit. So if you look at this, we're both greater stone at intelligence, both greater enhancement stone on intelligence, right? His is blue intelligence. This is 3 wolves. He's a good player, and he great player, you know what I'm saying, whale, and he greater wit crystals his good heroes, right? Greater crystals his good heroes. I greater wit crystalled this hero every time except one, and I would have had 36 intelligence if I greater wit crystalled it, but I cheaped out because I'm not like a whale. So it's like, you have to think about what you want to be in this game. My goal in every game I play is to be top 100. I want to be a top 100 player. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I'll strive to be higher, top 50, and that's my goals always. Some of the whales are striving to be top 5, top 10, rank 1, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Are you going to be able to put in the capital to be top 10, top 5, all of that stuff? Like, when I look at some of my legendaries, right? This legendary is going to be good. I'm going to be keeping pace. I'm probably going to, obviously, as the game goes on, if we just multiply this by 2, that means at 10, I won't be that far off at this pace. The pace can obviously change as they grow, but the legendaries are not going to be that far off from the mythics, especially if you water your legendaries and you take care of them. So my thing is, water your legendaries, right? And I think legendaries are really, I have a lot of legendaries because I really believe the value in legendaries is there. For example, I have 2 spellbows. I got another legendary spellbow today. I dark summoned a spellbow rare with a spellbow subclass rare that was a wizard, and I got a legendary spellbow again today. I sold a mythic spellbow recently, and the reason why I sold the mythic spellbow is, my theory is legendaries are just way too valuable. I can get 3 legendary spellbows for the price that I sold the mythic spellbow for. And yes, the mythic spellbow is, because that guy levels his heroes with crystals, it's going to be better than my legendary spellbow. But how much better is it going to be? Maybe it's going to be 50 stats better at level 100, because I'm going to greater crystal my legendary spellbows as well. Maybe it's going to, so we're investing the same because we're both going to greater crystal our spellbows. If a player does not decide to greater crystal their mythic spellbow, then my legendary spellbow is going to end up triumphing the mythic spellbow, because I'm going to end up getting those stats, those +1, those +1, those +1s that they're not getting, the +2s that they're not getting, and it's just going to compound, and I'm going to end up having better legendaries than most people have mythics. And that's my theory of the game, is take care of, basically what I want to get to, end of the video, take care of the heroes that you really like. The rares, you can even regular crystals with your rares. After level 8, you should be regular crystalling your rares, because it takes them almost a month and a half to level up. That you should have been able to support, that hero should have been able to bring in enough crystal value to buy him a regular crystal, in my opinion. It's probably, I think my timeline is a little bit off, I think, because ROI is about, yeah, I think it might be only 20 crystal in a month and a half that your hero could bring in. But you need to start regular crystalling your if you don't regular crystal your rares after level 8+, you should be crystalling them on their level 10s and level 5s, on your rare pluses. Regular crystals, not greater. You don't have to use greater, use regulars though. In my opinion, it's all my opinion. But another thing I want to say is just, yeah, use the good crystals water your heroes. And if you are going to invest in Mythics, I'm going to say this to end the video. If you are going to invest in Mythics, right, make sure you are leveling them with crystals and putting the work in to properly level them with the subclass and leveling them with crystals so they are not trash Mythics. And I'm going to end this video off with a level up on this guy because I'm leveling him up to level 6, and I've leveled him up with a greater crystal every time except one. So we are going to see what we're going to get. I'm going to go his dex is 16. I guess I'll go dex for accuracy. His dex growth is pretty bad. Good. No, that's pretty good. It's a warrior, but he's 16. It is his highest. I do want the vitality because of how strong this guy is. I feel like this guy is going to be pretty good. And even if he's not, I'll just use him in duels. And that's also another thing. There's some heroes that I have that are strictly duel based because duels is going to be profitable every season for me the way I play. So some heroes might not be good for PvP, but they'll be good for duels, and that's how I profit. And so we're going to end this off with a level up. And anything you got, questions, comments in the comments, leave in the comments. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to show you. I really didn't go too deep on how to value other leveled rares, uncommons, commons, and stuff like that. Just wanted to show you the value of legendaries. You can apply the same aspect to pets and mythics and stuff like that. So hopefully I don't get rugged and it's actually a good level up, so I don't, everything I said is BS. But yeah. Nick, that would be funny if I get rugged, right? And then everybody's like, oh yeah, you just talked about how legendaries is good and you just got rugged. See, that's why you get a mythic. But yeah, the best thing shows us, this is the reason why I showed the basic and the legendary. Boom, let's go. Plus 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice, got a level 12. So perfect way to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. 38 intelligence at level 6. Let's make sure I'm the only one with 38 intelligence at level 6, right? So we're going to go level 6, level 6. We're going to go to stats, and we're going to go to 38 intelligence, okay? And there's 3 heroes at 38 intelligence at level 6. Who has this? Oh my god, look at this. And this is why mythics are so good, though. Look at this Spellbow Paladin with 42 intelligence at level 6. Greater Witstoned. Holy cow. Look at this. This Summoner Wizard 59397. No stone? Or is that a glitch? 59397. There is some glitches sometimes that they'll show that it's not 7. 59397. There are some glitches where they'll show it's not stoned, but it actually really is stoned. So greater enhancement stone. So look at perfect example, man. Oh my god, I'm so excited because look, right? Intelligence 90. Oh yeah, 41% secondary growth. This is a monster intelligence, right? So if you look at this, this guy is an uncommon and has the same intelligence as me at level 6, and I am a legendary. And so if we were in duels, he could basically beat me. Now, obviously, his other stats are probably not as good. Let me look at this, right? His RNG stat growth per... He's a 9.8 growth per level. 8.2. He's probably watered this hero with lesser crystals, maybe even regular crystals, maybe even graders. Probably not graders because I don't water crystals. I don't water guys with uncommons with greater crystals. But yeah, that's it for the video. I am longer than I should have. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Peace.